Okay, so this video is going to go through a bit of algebra where the x term is negative. I do apologise about the rain being on my conservatory as well. So the first equation that we're going to start off with is 5 minus 9x minus 76. Okay, now if you are comfortable with algebra, you might be able to just do this straight off the bat. Okay. If not, don't worry, just follow these steps and you'll be totally fine. So the first thing that you're going to do here is I want to end up with my 9x, just the x terms, on their own on one side of this equation. Okay? Now to do that, I need to take away this 5. To take away 5 from that side, I also have to take away 5 from this side. Okay, now this is where your negative numbers are going to come into play. So 5 minus 5, that disappears, and I'm left with negative 9x. And over here, negative 76, take away another 5, is negative 81. Okay? Now, if you're aware of your times tables, you're going to know that 9 goes into 81. They're trying to give you a whole answer here. Okay? Now, you want 1x on its own. Okay, you don't want negative 9x, you want just 1x on its own. So here you're going to divide by negative 9. Okay? And if you divide that side by negative 9, you have to divide this side by negative 9. So this gives us one single positive x on this side, and negative 81 divided by negative 9 is positive 9. Okay? So that is how you would do that kind of question. Okay, so if you have something like that, that's an easy way of doing it. Now this one, I'm going to show you with slightly different technique and how to do it. Okay, now whenever you answer a question, you do want x to be positive at the end. It's no good having minus x is equal to whatever. You want a positive x is equal to something. So 9 minus x is equal to 17. You might just be able to do this off the top of your head, but I'm going to do this one from in 2 steps, and you can pick and choose whichever one you want to do. So first off, I'm going to take away this 9 so I can get the x on its own. So I'll take away 9 from that side, that gets rid of it from that side, so I'm left with negative x. If I take away 9 there, I've got to take away 9 here. So I get negative x, 17 take away 9 leaves me with 8. So I've got negative x is equal to 8. But I want what a positive x is. Okay? And you can do this by, if you get to this point of negative x is equal to 8, you can literally just change the sign on both sides. Okay? Now what I mean by that is if I add x to both sides here, I would get 0 is equal to 8 plus x. I can then take away 8 from both sides. I can then take away 8 from both sides, and I'm left with negative 8 is equal to x. So if I just cross out what I've got here, that is what I've done. I've taken away x and then taken away 8. Notice how they've shifted around. Okay? So you can literally, if the x moves to the other side of the equation, then it becomes positive, and if the 8 goes to the other side of the equation, that also becomes negative. So if you've got negative x is equal to 8, then positive x is equal to negative 8. Hopefully you can kind of see what has happened there with the signs. Okay, so that can also happen, you can also do that. Now this question here, and the ones you'll get towards the end of the Hegarty task, are very similar to the questions you had yesterday, apart from this x term here is negative. Now, trying to let that confuse you, the first thing that you have to do here is we have to deal with this number at the bottom. You have to deal with this 10 first. I said that yesterday, exactly the same, even in this negative part of the equation here. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to times absolutely everything by 10. I have to do that to get rid of this fraction. So I'm left with 50 minus x, so 5 is multiplied by 10. X over 10 multiplied by 10 just gives me minus x. and this is equal to 120. Yeah? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take away 50 from both sides. So I'm taking away 50, so I'm left with just this x term on this side, so I'm left with negative x is equal to 70. 120 take away 50, 70. And then I'm left in this situation, okay? Very, very similar to the situation I was left with before. So if I want the positive x is equal to negative 70. Okay? So those three examples are going to be very, very similar to every single question that you see on Hegarty. So, like always, you can pause, you can go back, and follow these specific examples, and you should be able to answer the vast majority of the questions on Hegarty relatively easily. Okay? So good luck.